Hello, I'm Tom Mitchell, author of How to Rob a Bank and That Time I Got Kidnapped.
Hello, I'm Dylan Mitchell, author of Alexander the Great.
And welcome to our second lockdown writing workshop. And our focus today is character and building a character. So the last one we were talking about point of view and how important point of view is in making a story and what the character or narrator picks out. And today we'll be developing this by thinking about character and developing character. I'll start off by talking about the task that I'm going to set. So either you'll be writing as a child's imaginary friend, convincing the child that they're real so they don't disappear, or you'll be writing as a ghost, convincing the owner of the house that they're haunting, that they're real so they don't disappear. So one or the other. Which one would you do, Dylan?
Ghost.
Why?
Because I like spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff. Good. Okay. So that's the task. But before we do that, we're going to think about developing one or the other of these characters, either the imaginary friend or the ghost. And we'll do that by using a questionnaire. And often writers, before they start writing, use this kind of questionnaire to get to know the characters that they'll be discussing. And I did similar kind of stuff with That Time I Got Kidnapped and How to Rob a Bank. So I'm going to go through a series of questions that I want you to answer as if you were the character, either the imaginary friend or the ghost. Now I'm going to whiz through these. I'll add them to the description of the YouTube video as well, so you can have a look at them there. So we're going to start off with thinking about what your goal is. So all fictional characters have a goal, especially if they're the main character. In this case, I've told you what that is. You're convincing people that you're real. So question number 2, what do you look like? What do you wear? Question number 3, do you have any mannerisms, which are kind of like habits or gestures or way of behaving that you occasionally do as a kind of habit? Do you have any mannerisms, Dylan?
Doing this.
Flicking your hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you speak? Long sentences, long words. Do you use slang? Probably don't swear. What are your strongest memories? What is your relationship to the person you're addressing? Why do you like them? Do you like them? How do you move? Which seems like a strange question, but how do you, move through the house or the geography of the place that you're describing? Do you rush through everywhere, banging into stuff? Do you glide through? Do you float?
I'm my brother.
How does Jacob move? Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Like a little tornado. What are you most scared of? Is the next question. And then the one after that, what's your character flaw? So none of us are perfect. We all have flaws or issues that perhaps we're ashamed of or regret. Dylan plays on the Xbox too much. That's his character flaw. I'm too giving. I'm too much of a perfectionist. I think that's my flaw. Anyway, and then the final question, are you like any characters in literature or film? And I think it's always good, you can steal stuff essentially if you base your character on another character, as long as you're not making it too obvious, or a combination of other characters. Even people that you know doesn't necessarily have to be characters from films or books, and that's quite a good thing as well to help you as the writer picture that person. Okay, so those are the questions. As I said, I'll put them in the description of the video. And I'd like you to answer those first of all. And then when you've done that, I want you to give the longer writing task a go. And it should be fairly straightforward because these questions will have helped you flesh out the character and you have a better sense of who you are as you're writing. Okay? And Dylan's going to remind us of that character. Sorry, of the tasks now.
A child's imaginary friend needs to convince them she's real so she doesn't disappear, or he. Or a ghost needs to convince the person whose house it's haunting that they're real, so it doesn't disappear.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Good. So write these in the first person. Perhaps imagine the character is addressing you. You're the child, or you're the owner of the house, or the person that's living in the haunted house. That might make it easier. And having answered those questions, the questionnaire stuff, that should help the whole task whiz along as well. Do send in any responses you come up with. Remember, the email address is lockdownworkshop@gmail. Shout out to 2 people in particular that sent in some excellent work. Megan and Ewan. So well done, Megan and Ewan. I don't think Dylan's done the first one yet, have you?
No.
See, too much Xbox. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you very much.
Oh, and please share this video and keep smiling.
Good stuff.